The second habit of normal sight is effortless focus. It involves two parts, rest and central fixation. You don't have one without the other. You can't get focused. Central fixation is the fact that the eye will stop for a split second on a point, see that point best, and move to the next point and see that point best. The eye sees a tiny point best, a very tiny point best. And because it sees such a tiny point best, it has to keep moving. It has to keep scanning in order to keep seeing. So you see how these habits work together. But the eye sees a tiny point best for only a fraction of a second. And if you're staring and straining and making an effort to see, that won't work. So if you're making any effort whatsoever, it slows down the movement of the eye and blurs the detail that hits that central vision, that fovea, the center of sight in the eye. And you lose the clarity in the vision. So motion and central fixation go together because the eye sees a tiny point best, it has to keep moving. Also, the relaxation is essential to see tiny point best. Initially, we start with central fixation by opening up the field of vision. If you're nearsighted, you might find you tend to narrow in your focus instead of using your peripheral vision. So you want to reverse that process. You have to have the whole field of vision, one tiny point best, and the periphery worse. As the vision gets better, you're able to differentiate closer together points to where you can look at the top of a letter and see the bottom of the letter worse in the peripheral vision and move from tiny point to tiny point. The smaller the point you can differentiate, obviously, the sharper the vision.